You got to do. Okay, good.
Tibito.
Yeah, sorry, I already dove into
Beautiful
that.
logo. Beautiful logo. I mean, honestly, I mean, just look at the design of this. Such a clever logo and fantastically white. A bit of a mess when you get some chocolate on the front, but the nice thing is that it can be resealed. Very clever. And from Tumaco in Colombia. So um, this is the gentleman who basically got involved in it. He used to have a car company, sold that, and basically has now pursued his great love in life, which is making chocolate. And he makes it with four different daughters. And he has chocolates from all over Ecuador and sorry, all over Ecuador, all over Colombia. And again, as you sort of said, if you compare this to the Herencia, nothing like the same smell or nose. But when you try it,
A lot more chocolatey, or like it's got a slightly more hot chocolatey kind of ganache smell to it on the note.
but it's got a little bit of that sort of, I want to say metallic, but it isn't metallic. It's sort of pruny. So
Hold on.
definitely
I
some
get what you mean by the metallic. I think it's that. It's a slightly stickier sweetness, I would say. Like it's that kind of like honey, when you kind of have those honey notes in wine and they're slightly stickier. It's
it's
kind of like
definitely
that.
vegetable that we're getting from
Yeah,
it.
vegetable. And I get what you mean about the prunes.
Maybe it's sort of a little bit so how you sort of get, and by the way, it is absolutely fantastic. It tastes brilliant. So this is all just designed just to sort of like see if you can get those notes in it. Not to say this is like eating a piece of broccoli, which is that sort of state. But it does
Great.
have some of the sort of green stem vegetable notes. But it's maybe there's a bit of olive in it too.
I was actually thinking this because at the back it's quite bitter, but not in it's that kind of like that bitterness when you have a really good olive oil. Um
Oh, you mean
and it's
the spiciness that you get from it too?
yeah,
Yeah,
slight sharp
it does have that. But it's
where it's
almost
like
like a Nocera olive or something like that. It's got that sort of. There's a yeah, you're right. There's a little bit of some sort of lift in it, which
mm,
sort of really
but
does.
I was almost thinking that I was wondering about the roasting of it because it's got a slight I couldn't tell that it was slightly over roasted at the back. It's not though. I think it's just that like slight sharpness in that like olive or whatever. That kind of olivey sense to it at the back. Um it's
But yeah,
definitely not roasted, but
super excited to have them back in the family because we haven't had them for 3 or 4 years, and really looking forward to getting some more bars from them too. At some point, I think we're going to try one of their milks, but we've done the Arauco, which is sort of a little bit more distinctive in some of the top notes. But the Tumaco to me this time around was just absolutely fantastic, fantastic harvest, and just so pleased that we've got stock back of that one then too. Okay, we're going to stop.